Hey guys, Dave and Len here. We just played the Battle of Prague or Prague, however you pronounce it, from GDW. It's one of their Series 120 games, which means they're kind of like mini games. They're supposed to be played in 2 hours. Well, this is a 20-turn game, and it took 2 hours just to do 2 hours and 15 minutes just to do 8 turns. I think the total game lasted like 9 turns, so it doesn't meet the criteria of a Series 120 game. However, the game is fun to play, and the rules are pretty simple if you're into 7 Years' War stuff. I don't play 7 Years' War very often, so whenever I read a rule book for it, I always screw something up in the rules, because 7 Years' War, you have things like cavalry, cannot shoot, and all sorts of stuff, and I always make the mistake of trying to shoot him, and then Len's like, no, in 7 Years' War you can't shoot cavalry, so I checked the rule book, and sure enough, yeah, cavalry can't shoot, so
and my infantry shoots at a -1, so I'm inflicting lots more losses than you wanted.
Yeah. But overall, I thought the game was alright, even though I'm not a 7 Years' War aficionado, but what do you think of it, Len?
Well, they're good points. First of all, it seems like GDW has the world's fastest game testers. If they thought this could be done in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And of course, my big complaint was there are not enough strength markers. Because this is one where, if you're smart, you spread the losses among his units. Because every time he takes a hit, his morale goes down. So you start noticing about the middle of the game that your Prussian units suddenly didn't go charge into battle. That's because they were losing morale.
Yeah.
And that saved me for a little while.
The Austrians are at a disadvantage, though, in this game. It's very likely the Prussians are going to win. The Prussians did win, but if you're playing the Austrians, it's going to be really hard to win.
Yeah, you have to be the type who likes to be on the defensive.
Yeah, really, the Austrians, you're only going to win if the Prussian makes a major mistake or just completely screws up. If they're somewhat competent, they're going to win.
Yeah, because it's just like the weight in numbers. Because it seems like I haven't figured out like how many combat factors the Prussians have, but they seem to have like a lot more units.
Mm-hmm.
So after a while, they just kind of grind down the Austrians. Because you notice, like in this one, at a certain point, certain parts of my line just collapsed because you just grinding them down. You took some losses, but
the cavalry using those on the flanks worked well too.
Yeah. Also, one disadvantage the Austrian has is they're close to their exit, the edge of the map where they have to exit. So most likely when you rout, next turn they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally have like the cavalry, since they move so fast, you have movement, then you check morale. So if you have a routed unit, you have to move it. And the cavalry tends to... if it routes, go to the edge, next movement phase, they're off. They never get a chance to check morale. Mm-hmm. So that's an advantage the Prussians have, disadvantage the Austrians have. Because I remember the historical battle, it was a tactical victory for Frederick.
Yeah, but I think he took a beating in the process, at least according to the little historical notes they had in here. I read those about the battle.
Yeah, because he took... beating, and I think a few weeks later he had a major defeat at the Battle of Cologne, which which forced him to lift the siege of Prague and retreat back to Prussia.
Yeah, so our result in this game was pretty historically accurate because the Prussians won, but they took a beating in the process.
Yeah.
So.
I was thinking if you had some kind of point system where you're counting losses, I think this might have been looked on as a little differently.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So. And actually, one advantage of the Austrians being on the defensive, if you place your units right, there's a couple of turns I was pounding hell on you because you moved, you couldn't shoot.
Yeah, but you have to move in order to win. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's the offensive and defensive fire each turn. So if you move and you can't shoot, they get defensive fire against you. So there's quite a bit of shooting each turn.
Mm-hmm. And maybe, I was thinking maybe what they should have done is a different combat result table that I've seen in other games where you you compare odds and then you roll to see what the results are. This one, the die rolling was fun, but you did a lot of it.
Yeah, and there's no, like you said, there's no odds. So if you're attacking with 12, and no matter what you're attacking, the result's going to be the same. So because you don't take the defender's strength into account when you're attacking.
So,
but anyhow, I recommend it if you're into the 7 Years' War, but it's going to take more than 2 hours to play. If you're not into the 7 Years' War, you might like it, you might not. But 7 Years' War people will definitely like this. What do you think?
Yeah, 7 Years' War people will like it.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll have a new review for you next week. Let's.